Exoprimal. Wow. They did it again. Capcom, you goddamn dirty bastards.
Boy, do I hate being right all the time.
How's it going? Welcome back to another great video with your boy the Savior, and yes, I'm very excited today because we can talk about some wacky stuff, okay? Now, this feels like a bad LSD trip, if I'm honest. This feels like a acid, mushroom, whatever. It's just a trip gone bad, if you ask me, but sometimes that's what you need. You need a fever dream to pull you out of the just monotonous and the stale rinse and repeat games that we've been playing for so many years now. It's nice to actually have something refreshing. So today I'm going to be giving you my Exoprimal game review, So I hope you do enjoy this video, and let's just dive in. Now, before we get started, I just quickly want to say that I do have a big update. So stick around until the end of the video. Please watch until the end of the video because I do have a very special announcement for you guys, for my OG sinners. And if you're not a OG, that's fine. Become a wise boy today. Do consider subscribing. It takes 2 seconds out of your time, but that means so much to me. You have no idea, and I just want to say I appreciate you so much for watching my videos, for commenting down below. I love having a discussion with you guys, and if you do become a wise boy, you will not regret it. If you like philosophical videos, game reviews and retrospectives, and all kinds of content, video essays, you've come to the right place. This is my new setup and I'm pretty happy with it so far. Let me know what you think of this setup, if the lighting is good, if you want more lighting, any feedback I would appreciate. Yeah, I'm a YouTuber. Yeah. I talk shit in front of a camera and pretend I know what I'm talking about. Oh, I've got the magical Tom Riddle diary that sucks me into another dimension with all of my knowledge. Yes, I've done the extensive research, so you don't have to. This is my Exoprimal review, and I'm very excited to be giving this to you. Now, if you're new, I do my early reviews, so the gaming industry doesn't bend you over backwards and, give you the good old probing that we get nowadays from the modern day gaming industry, because we just don't know what we're gonna get when we actually buy a game anymore, and that's the sad truth. Developers, publishers, they lie to us. False gameplay is just, a common thing nowadays. Borderline criminal behavior is just accepted, and we just don't know if it's going to be a broken pile of jank. So I base my reviews on the extensive research that I do and the hands-on gameplay that I get to play myself. So I hope you do enjoy this Exoprimal review. So let's just dive in to exactly what the hell this is, because it's very weird, it's very confusing, and it's not going to be for everyone. That kind of tastes like originality and a little bit of humor within gaming and a little bit of experimentation. So Capcom are amazing developers. They've made some classic games from Monster Hunter to, let's think of some others. Well, let's just say they're amazing developers, okay? They've made some great games, and they are just on a roll recently, releasing bangers after bangers, and I think finally they just decided to take the creative risk once again, because, Capcom has always been a little bit out there. Even the Monster Hunter games are a little bit wacky, but this just has gone fully nuts, and I actually like it. There is a story going on here, but it's just so wacky and just crazy that it doesn't matter that much. It's kind of, a Starship Troopers type B-movie plot line or game plot line, which I do like. It doesn't take itself too seriously, of course. And yeah, the story doesn't really matter because this is a multiplayer game. It's all about you leveling up and, competing with the other team, and this PvP combat, which is always very frantic. But the way they've done classes here is a little bit different compared to other multiplayer games, and I think They could have gone a little bit more detailed with it, and I'm going to get into that, but I think mostly what's on offer here is good. And the great thing about this, and correct me if I'm wrong, I don't think I am, I do believe this is coming out on Game Pass, and Exoprimal on Game Pass is just a win-win situation, because when you see this game, most people probably won't be, you know, clamoring to go out and buy it straight away, because it just looks... It kind of reminds me of games that would have been made back in the early ecosystem of the Xbox 360 or something like that. So it's nice to see that kind of old gaming kind of just experimentation return, and we don't get enough of that if you ask me. So yes, this multiplayer game is team versus team, but also you are just fighting a bunch of AI dinosaurs and mutant dinosaurs and cybernetic dinosaurs and all kinds of wacky stuff, you know, while actually, you know, fighting with the other team. And at times you might even want to team up with the enemy, because what you're facing is just so out of this world and just so dangerous that you might just have to put your differences aside. And, you know, I like that level of complexity in a multiplayer game, especially where, you know, it is team versus team. So how I base my reviews is I give you some positives and I give you some negatives, and I respect you guys enough that you have the intelligence and the brain cells to determine if it's worth it or not, you know, based on your subjective opinion. That's all reviews are at the end of the day. I don't like how the gaming industry has just become this stale, stagnated, and corrupt. Lots of people are paid off, reviewers, previewers, Mr. Matty Plays. So that's why I do pros and cons, because we all have our own different tastes and opinions, and, you know, just me giving you my own personal number doesn't really say anything. So the story here is, this is set in 2040, and basically a whole bunch of dino portals have ruptured and they're just popping up all over the globe, and it's your job to destroy them and to shut these portals down. Basically, imagine an episode from Rick and Morty when it went completely off the cliff, when Justin Roiland was snorting too much crackeroni cheese. The phase when Justin Roiland was just too busy harassing his co-workers that he didn't have enough time to pay attention to what the hell he was producing. That's kind of the story that you get from Exoprimal. It does feel like a random, crazy Rick and Morty type plot, because obviously it's just insane dinosaurs just coming out of portals, but for a game it's just, you know, good old fun, and it's a perfect excuse to be fighting robot dinosaurs, mutant dinosaurs, and just a whole bunch of dinosaurs. This basically takes the elements of a zombie horde shooter and flips it on its head and replaces it with dinosaurs, objective-based gameplay, you know, team versus team PvP. So basically in Exoprimal you get 10 exosuits and only 3 different classes, and I'm going to talk about some of the pay-to-win, questionable stuff, the microtransactions. This is a live service game, and I could go on a massive rant, but I don't want to get away from this review. But live service games, they rub me the wrong way. I feel like Exoprimal is a slight cash grab. They know that they can make more money with a live service game, and the fact that they're hiding some exosuits behind the paywall, it's not exactly pay to win, but I still don't like that, you know. It would be much better if they just stuck with cosmetics or something like that. So it's nothing revolutionary. Basically you get the healer, mage type class that can cast, you know, a massive AoE buff for all of the allies and just heal them. Then you have the tank class, the kind of heavy brute. And then of course we have the assault class, which actually is pretty diverse, and what I do like about it, it might sound simple, only 3 different classes to choose from, but all of them have their own negatives and positives to them. They all have unique gameplay changes, and the fact that you can't just mix and match classes, which is something I would have liked to see, you know, something where you can take traits from certain classes and mix it in with another and just basically create a hybrid class. For me, that would have been far more interesting, but basically what they did instead was, within the class you have like a subclass and, you know, of assault, and basically that's how you can level up and make it more your own style, your own play style, because there are so many abilities and different skills for each class within their subclass, if that makes any sense. So when I talk about subclasses, what I'm actually talking about is rigs, okay? That is basically how you can customize and upgrade your exosuit and make it more, your playstyle. And by using these rigs, you can basically change completely how you function. If you want to be an up and close personal melee type build, you can do that. I do like the fact that there is more complexity to it. It's not just the standard perk tree that we see in so many games nowadays. They need to innovate, and it's not exactly massively innovating, but I do like the fact that, by using the rigs, it's not just a simple perk tree. You can take different elements, but you can't exactly make a hybrid class, but you can do some crazy upgrades like, speed boost, or for example, you can do a charged up attack, you can have faster melee attacks, all of this kind of stuff which adds to the gameplay, and you can choose which way you want to upgrade and develop your skills as a player. I just think it's a little bit, I don't know, that's just multiplayer games for you. I just wish there was more innovation, but I do think there is a lot to unpack here. So what I will say for this game is it has great enemy variation, okay? So not only are you fighting dinosaurs, but you're also fighting this mutant breed of dinosaurs, and there are just so many different types of dinosaurs in this game, so it never gets old. There are some giant bosses as well, some giant dinosaurs that you have to take down, and of course it's always fun fighting the other team. And like I said, it is mostly, the main mode is kind of like a wave shooter of dinosaurs while completing, different objectives for your team members, going to a certain point, collecting something or guarding something else, the standard stuff. But I do like the fact that there is so much enemy variation. Basically, the enemy variation comes in the form of neosaurs, and that's basically, dinosaurs that have become mutated or cybernetically enhanced, and yeah, it's quite fun. And it's not gonna, I don't think this game, let's be honest, okay, let me be honest, I don't think this game is going to, change gaming forever, or it's going to be the next multiplayer hit. I think this game will find a dedicated fan base, and a lot of people will try it out and they'll enjoy it for a little bit and then they'll move on. I don't think this game's going to, last the span of time like something like the Elder Scrolls Online or something like that. This is a fun game, and I think the hardcore audience and the Capcom audience will enjoy this, and I personally enjoyed this, but it just doesn't do enough new things to make it completely exciting. But I do think there is enough here to, basically do a fresh spin on the wave shooter objective based multiplayer games of zombie wave shooters, like Left 4 Dead or something like that. Obviously they're very different games, but changing it up with having dinosaurs and having so many enemies, that's what I love. It's kind of like World War Z in a sense, where there are so many enemies on screen at any given time, which makes it just feel even more chaotic. A negative, I would have to say, is the art style and art direction. Nothing about this game pulls me in, or nothing about the world space or the level design is that good. The level design, the maps themselves just feel a little bit, kind of jumbled together. There's not a good sense of verticality or anything like that, and that is a shame. High sci-fi vibe going on for it, but it doesn't ever commit to that theme. The audio is good, but it's not, super punchy, so those are my slight negatives, I would say. And the gameplay after a while does get repetitive, but I've only played, the early build, and that's a few game modes, so of course they're going to add more to it. And the other negative I talked about a little bit before, and that is the pay-to-win aspect. I'm not sure this is going to be fully pay-to-win, but we do have to be careful, because we don't want to support this in the gaming industry anymore. Sometimes it's just about immersion as well. If a game gets overly monetized and you're playing like a medieval game, and then you can buy all of these cosmetics and you can look like a Terminator, for me it just ruins the aesthetics of what the designers originally tried to create. And I just don't like this in modern day gaming. It's the same with any type of media. Creativity should stay pure to its, original essence, and that's what I feel is most important. That's what I do with my music, that's what I try and do with my videos, so I just really don't like it in gaming. And the final positive I will say is the animations of the dinosaurs are done well. I do like the fact that the AI isn't completely brain dead for what they're trying to be, and each different dinosaur has their own unique tactics, and you have to, think about what weapon you're using, what abilities you're using to take down a certain dinosaur. And I do like that element of tactics, and there is some nice crafting in here. You can create, a jump pad or high ground. You can also do things like create a shield that you can shoot through, or basically put down turrets, and that just feeds into the gameplay of this kind of relentless enemy and this kind of wave shooter, and I just think it does a good job. If you're looking for a fun multiplayer game, something that is just trying to be a game, it's not trying to be some cinematic bullshit, high art, Hollywood, pretentious crap that we just get so much nowadays with agendas and, just messaging forced into them. This is just a good old video game. I do hope you enjoyed this Exoprimal review, my review of Exoprimal. Hey, if you're still watching, then you're a true OG wise boy. Thank you so much for sticking around. So I do actually have an announcement to make, like I said at the beginning of the video of this Exoprimal game review, and that is, I'm changing my content up a little bit. I'm doing video essays, game reviews now, retrospectives. I'm also doing a new series where I look back at older games and, see how they are nowadays, basically then versus now, if they still hold up, like my Sea of Thieves video, which also did pretty well, 7,000 views now, so thank you so much for the support on that. And also, as we approach 10k here, I really just want to embrace my community. I absolutely love reading the comments. I basically read all of the comments and I reply to as many as possible, but I want to, really get in touch with this community once again, the Savior community, just like I did, when I first started out. I did, live streams, and I had the Discord, and, people would share fan art and all that kind of stuff, and I kind of lost touch with that because I was so focused on music and chasing, the YouTuber dream or whatever, trying to build up my channel. And yeah, that's kind of, I don't want that just to be what I do. So from now on Saturdays, I'm just doing a dedicated Saturday Savior show, or Savior Saturday show. I haven't quite decided on the title, and that's going to be a community focused episode where I just do random stuff. I interact with you guys, and yeah, I just hope it's going to be a good time. The first thing that I'm going to do is a Q&A. I've already got some questions prepared, but I would like some extra ones, so if you have any questions for me, please leave it down below in the comments and I will answer them on the Saturday show. So yeah, I'm pretty excited for that. Sorry if my voice sounded a little bit croaky in this video. I just recovered, and that's why uploads have been slow from me. Also, yeah, the new setup. I've moved new places, so expect some vlogs and stuff like that. So I'm pretty excited for the future of this channel. And also, finally, if you do love what I'm doing and you want to support me, please do check out my music on Spotify, the synth electronic music that I make. I honestly do think it's not like anything else, and I'm just about to release my new album, Nova. It's almost completed, so just start listening to my music if you haven't already. Start saving them and just listen to them on Spotify. I'm sure you will actually like it. Purple Nova is almost at 1 million now, so thank you for anyone who watches my videos and listens to my music. That just is amazing. And stay tuned for the album. And yeah, that's pretty much all of the updates. I just thought I would put them in this video. And yeah, I'll keep you up to date with future videos and what I have planned. And yeah, please leave a comment down below and subscribe if you are new. And I'm looking forward to the Saturday show, and I'll see you then. Peace out.